This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
That was interesting. You mentioned lighter traffic levels today, Joe. 92.1 City, PJV. Good morning. Welcome to your Monday. It was last Monday, I think. I was running around doing some errands after the show, and I couldn't believe how much traffic there was in and around like busy areas, malls, and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's probably been going on for a long time, and it just didn't register. But Monday is almost like to me, it was Saturday, Sunday level traffic in and around the malls and stuff. And
like a long weekend.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. And I guess that's the new normal. A lot of people, quote, work from home on Mondays, and they can get out and do a few things.
Yeah.
Perhaps as long as they have their phone on them, they can reply to important emails. I don't know how it all works, but
they have some robot that moves their mouse for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are those who work from home who they actually have to be at home in a locked away in an office at home or in a room and not. But I think there is a level of working from home that allows people to get out and do some things.
Sure.
It has to be just with the level, how busy it is. Because there was a time when if you went out Monday afternoon at between 11 and 2 and it was dead out there, everybody was at the office.
Well, it's called a flex schedule for a reason, I guess.
Yeah.
Flexible hours for some.
There's that too. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. If you have to get away from the office for a couple of hours, or you can pick up that time later in the day, and maybe that's a good thing because people do have appointments, and as long as you're working and your office doesn't mind or your company doesn't mind, what does it matter when you're working? You're getting the work
pretty
done.
well for you.
Yeah.
You run into some friends at the mall, I'm going to be suspect.
Oh, man. Well, it's a nice day today again, Joe. Lots of mild weather.
Nice week, actually. We're going to look at -1 today, -7 tomorrow, -3 Wednesday. And then you have +2 for Thursday, Friday, and this is Louis Riel weekend, so -2,
Heading into
-3.
a long weekend.
You've got some really nice temperatures, and they're not even actually calling for too much snow in the forecast there either. A few flurries maybe tonight, but the rest of the week looks pretty empty snow-wise. Just some nice temperatures, so the melt is on.
Today's Feb 9. So
Pretty sloppy.
That's not it, though, right? We're still gonna get some deep freeze.
Is there anything in the
It can't
further...
be it.
I can't look that far ahead anymore, but I'll tell you, listen, you've lived here your entire life. March and April can be a little goofy, too.
Sure,
right?
they can, yeah.
I'm not going to jinx it.
That would be very early. Sorry, Vicki.
But I
Mild
remember,
weather.
there was someone from Environment Canada or whatever saying that what we saw in January was the worst we were going to see.
Oh.
So we might still see some cold weather, but I
Okay.
don't know if it's going to be those extreme cold snaps.
Okay, well, that would be cool.
We'll see.
Yeah, hey,
Like
listen.
you said, March and April, who knows?
Some guys were talking yesterday during a Super Bowl event that they were golfing on March 28th one year, a few years ago. So who knows?
Yeah. Make sure you're loaded up on washer fluid, though. Oh, my God. You're burning through that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I got a couple that there's nothing worse than being halfway to work and realizing you're out. And it's super sloppy.
Just stick your head out the window and hope for the best.
I'm carrying a jug in the vehicle now.
Oh, yeah,
seriously.
You're one of those, hey?
Well, Well, I bought 2 of them. I put one in, and I said, well, I might as well leave the other one in here. It's going to be, a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the Bone Phone's coming up in 10. We got some great calls, so make sure you stick around for that.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Okay, I think this is Highway Girl. She wants to talk about perimeter or the perimeter at Wilkes.
Hi, good morning. Highway Girl here. I've just discovered that there have been some changes at the interchange, the perimeter and Wilkes. So if you're coming from the perimeter going eastbound Wilkes, the yield lanes have now become stop signs.
Yes.
I don't really understand how this is supposed to function to be safer. I really don't get it. Because you're making me stop at an angle where I don't have to worry about crossing traffic. I don't have to worry about the traffic in front of me. But now you're making me turn just shy of 180 degrees to look all the way behind me to see if there is oncoming traffic. I could look for it as I'm coming into the yield, sure, but you're making me stop So now I'm stopped. I'm obligated to look again, and I'm craning my neck around. What is going on? I don't understand.
Just came across this yesterday for the first time, and I almost rear-ended somebody because they had stopped because I thought it was a yield, so I thought they were going. I was kind of looking to see where the traffic was coming. Luckily, I stopped in time, but yeah, that was my first time seeing it, and it does seem unnecessary. It's not a particularly busy intersection.
Yeah.
I've gone through there plenty of times.
You
it
have
just
to
seems
wonder.
unnecessary.
Have to wonder what happened for them to change that. There
Yeah,
has to
true
be
enough,
a reason. There
I
has to
guess.
be a reason. So
Yeah,
somebody let us know.
I bet somebody will help us on the text line. Always do, or the bone phone. Okay, you'll remember last week, or was it the week before? Anyway, Sir Rodney called up, and he was really curious as to why, when you buy English muffins at the grocery store, they're not cut. You got to pull them apart.
Yeah.
I've known Sir Rodney since he was a little kid, and I don't think he's missed too many breakfasts. I'm pretty sure he'd scrape the mold off an English muffin and eat it. Why are you so worried about if it's cut or not? Go to McDonald's, get yourself a sandwich. It's already cut. Have a good day.
Okay. We had a lot of people saying pulling apart of the English muffin is like the texture, right? There was some people were saying that they're not cut because of the texture has to stay intact inside.
Probably keeps them fresh, too, from drying out.
Yes.
I feel like an English muffin can dry out real quick.
Oh, it's maybe 3 minutes after it's left the bag.
Yeah, totally.
A question on a Monday morning for you, Aiello.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Hi, this is almost retired Mike calling. I have a question for Joe. Have you ever considered doing stand-up? I used to have a amateur night at that comedy place in Tuxedo. Just wondering, Joe, I could imagine you going on the road with Brett Butt or somebody like that, one of the Canadian comics, and doing some sort of MC performance or just a little routine of your own, a couple minutes as a stand-up comedian. Cheers.
I've been offered a job at Rumors to drive the comedians around instead of our buddy Drew who does it. But that's about as close as I've come to comedy.
You and Brent Butt?
Thank you.
They do that thing with the comedy festival, the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, where they have some media personalities do stand-up. Would you ever do that?
No, I've been asked to do that. That's
Yeah.
not my thing.
Yeah,
No.
me too. I could never
No,
do
I
it.
don't have. I can MC an event, but I don't have the mind capacity to remember
Bits.
Right.
things. And
And I panic.
yeah,
too.
Even when I'm emceeing and a joke doesn't go like land. I think I've got a quick one that I'll start the night with, and it doesn't land. Mainly, probably because people aren't paying attention or whatever. I instantly feel my face start to get red, and I'm like, okay, on with the evening.
I find wearing earplugs helps as an MC. You don't hear anything.
Okay, Super Bowl halftime. This gentleman was pleasantly surprised.
Just watching the Super Bowl right now. Just finished watching the halftime show. Had no idea who Bad Bunny is. Big football fan, and not gonna lie, I mean, not a terrible halftime show. I mean, I've seen worse halftime shows from artists I've known. It actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I had no problem with it either.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was a scene. Like, it looked like a music video, and my kid knew a few of the songs. He was like, "Oh, I didn't even know this was Bad Bunny." So.
I think that's what's transformed it too. So I was with a group of people, so I didn't get a chance to hear. Not that I would know a lot of lyrics. I'm just not one of those lyric guys. It doesn't matter who's performing. I just don't remember lyrics to songs. But I thought the visual has changed a lot because of the halftime show. It used to be the band on stage and they just show you a camera shot, where now it's like there's all of this video incorporated.
And thank goodness. Like, I don't want to see for the Super Bowl halftime show just something I could see at a normal standard concert. It should be bigger than life.
But I mean, they had Pedro Pascal in one clip, Jessica Alba in another clip.
Yeah.
Like, you don't usually get Hollywood involved.
Yeah.
It's usually just other musicians, right? But
Lady Gaga was involved.
the
I've got a
stage
couple
setup.
Easter eggs in Scrollin that you may have missed. Some
Oh,
behind the scenes
really?
stuff. Yeah.
Look at the
Wow.
tease.
Well, I'm going to have to go back to watch all these commercials, and I'll probably go back to watch the performance because, like I said, when you're with a group of people, it's just everybody's talking, but could be cool.
So more on that coming up in Scrollin.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up with this underrated, I guess, pregame show for the Super Bowl yesterday. And this guy, let me tell you, right up my alley.
Good morning, PJ and V. It's Super Bowl Sunday morning. No better way to start the morning with a spiked coffee and watching a riveting 2-part episode of The Littlest Hobo.
Yeah.
That's the one with the boy wants to buy a pup. He starts a dog-sitting business, and the hobo helps him. And
Of course he does.
they take the dogs to the park, and the boy has to go somewhere. And lo and behold, the dogs all get loose.
Oh.
And
no.
hilarity ensues. The hobo has to
Help you.
round up all the dogs and get them back. But of course, it all works out in the end. But there's one scene where
Spoiler alert.
one of the dogs gets trapped in a cube bakery van or something. So Hobo runs up this train bridge, leaps off the bridge onto the roof of the vehicle. It's like unbelievable acting.
That dog.
Folks, there's no AI in this thing. This is a real dog, real stuff. Yeah, same as you, Phil. The show is nostalgic. It's an El Cheapo, low budget, poor acting show, but the scenes with the dog are amazing.
That doesn't sound low budget.
I'll tell you what, this old dog in the back of a bake shop van, Littlest Hobo, get off the roof.
Littlest Joe-bo.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Joe, on the text line, maybe you don't like stand-up, but your impression of Klaus from the Scorpions never fails to make me smile. Could you throw a Scorpions tune on for me, please? Have a great week, guys. That's D from the Brick Crew.
It's easier to do the impersonation if you have, the pump up, right? You need I need the song kind of.
To start? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, asking you
You
shall
don't mind.
receive.
That's from D and the Brick Crew. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we need a
It's
Scorpions
one of my
song.
favorite bands to see live. It's a joke between me and Kevin Donnelly now. As soon as he gets high out, I said, never mind high. When are you bringing the Scorpions to town? Always.
Just keep wishing that wish, hey?
Yeah, I had a chance to see him in Las Vegas. They did a little residency there at Planet Hollywood, and they were fantastic. But it would sure be nice. Some of these bands are getting lazy in their old age. They need to be touring more, not just these one-stop shops now.
They get older, and imagine
Makes
how much
sense.
easier that is for these bands. Not on planes, not doing the hotel to hotel. Just
that's a grind.
here we are, show night after night, same place.
Yeah, and you get lost in the hotel trying to find your room. That's about the only situation because they're big hotels.
Mr. Donnelly, when he was in here talking about Rock and Thunder, we did have you can't connect with Kevin Donnelly and not bombard him with questions about possible bands coming to Winnipeg.
Yeah,
because he's the dude who books them.
Yeah.
So
did you get any intel?
Well, we were the Scorpions. A band like the Scorpions always comes up because we all love them and we'd love to see them in Winnipeg again. And he's like, I'd love to get them back. So that tells you that he admitted he has worked on it in the past with them.
Yeah, I mean, I love the stories where, so when they were putting the Rock and Thunder grouping together, one of the acts ended up not being able to make Rock and Thunder work, but then he was able to book them themselves at Can Life Center. So, you know what I mean? Like just the machinations of putting the Offspring show together last week, that kind of stuff. I love that stuff.
Totally.
And some of the stuff he told us we can't share.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he even told us, don't tell H.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And he's very tight with Howard. Howard's like our insider, right? And he goes, you can't tell H. He tells people. That's so good.
You ready here, Joe?
It's good to be back here in Winnipeg, biggest city nights. We are the Scorpions.
So good.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast. Here's what's trending with Philly Joe and Vicki.
All right, Super Bowl yesterday. The game wasn't very impressive, so let's talk about some of the celebrities. Cameos during the halftime show. Of course, we talked about it. Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, they were the singer guests.
Yep.
And you may have noticed, you mentioned a few of the names earlier, Joe. Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba, and Cardi B. They were in the house set.
I didn't spot any of that. And I love
didn't either.
Pedro Pascal.
And listen, You watched Narcos.
Yeah.
You still couldn't figure out any of the lyrics for Bad Bunny songs.
Yeah,
And we both watched Narcos. But I just spotted him because it was like, wait a second, is that Pedro Pascal?
Double take. Yeah. It's
Disappointed.
funny because we were talking on Friday how the odds makers were doing prop bets about who would be the guest performer, and Cardi B was at the top of
Yes.
the list. Now, does it count if she was in the halftime show but not performing?
No.
Okay.
Because it said performer, right? So that
I guess so.
that prop bet wasn't paying.
It's
Yeah.
nice to have a gambling man like Joe in the house. He
Yeah.
knows.
I lost money on that bet. You know me.
I was going to say degenerate gambler, but I knew Joe wouldn't appreciate
I bet
that.
it on even Cardi B.
So a couple of little Easter eggs to notice during the show. There was a part where Bad Bunny gave his Grammy to a young boy. There was a rumor going around last night that it was the little boy in the blue hat that was detained by ICE. That was not the case. It was just an actor meant to represent Bad Bunny when he was a kid. Down to the outfit. There's an actual picture going around of Bad Bunny when he was a kid at Christmas time, and it's the kids wearing the same
Man, the
outfit. for
detail
that.
in this
Yeah.
performance.
Now, the bride and groom that kept popping up throughout it actually got married during the Super Bowl halftime show. I guess they had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, and he responded by inviting them to get married during the
That
performance.
sets the bar a little high for everybody else that's
Yeah.
looking to book in 2026 their wedding.
No
Super
kidding,
Bowl.
right?
Beat that.
Anybody they didn't want to invite to their wedding, they got the ultimate excuse not to.
Yes.
That's right.
He even was their witness and signed their marriage certificate, so that's pretty cool. The trees that surrounded all of the set, those were people. There were people in those outfits, and there's videos going on online right now about all of them like running out in their little tree costumes.
I played one in a Christmas concert. Nobody cared back in my day.
What kind of tree were you?
A pine.
Pine tree.
It's Christmas.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, and you started me thinking, like, thanks a lot, Joe. You got me stressing out a little bit now. You mentioned the NFL is now over, and that's a big, like Joe and I both gamble on that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NHL's in a break. Like, as far as live primetime sports right now, so the Olympics is, I will watch a lot of that. I really enjoy it.
Do you ever bet on can you bet on the Olympics?
I don't know.
I'll tell
I've
you
never
right
heard
now.
of anybody doing it.
I should have put some money on the Italian women's hockey team.
Any word from the Finnish team? Are they back from the vomiting disease?
A Swiss member ended up catching it too. So, no, they're monitoring that pretty close because that thing could catch fire.
Yeah.
They're not touched the Italian women's team. They're up 2-0 against Japan right now in hockey. Video review, goal.
Whoa.
And listen, the referee goes, we got to check if it was kicked in. I'm going, listen, I know Italians are known for soccer, but give the woman a break. It was a legit goal.
It's called football, Joe.
Yes, it is. Yes. But you know what? I never watched the opening ceremonies, and I watched on Friday night, and I was quite impressed, like, some of these countries with millions and millions of people to even have, like, 1, 2, or 3 athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see them coming out, it was incredible. Just the pride that all these countries had and their athletes had by carrying that flag. I couldn't even put myself in the, like, some of these Canadian athletes and all that pressure and pride that they're taking with them. Not just hockey, which is the big spotlight, but some of these sports, like even just winning a medal or being in contention of one.
I got nothing but respect because, the opening ceremonies, I had that on as well. And you're right, the countries that come out with 2 or 3 athletes.
Oh, they must be the biggest thing in those countries.
Man.
Everybody knows them.
But then there's the American, the Canadian, like, it's just dwarfs the size of their team. But give them, like, that is very cool. Like,
and
I
you
love
know that they probably don't have the same infrastructure that like a Canadian team has or whatever for some of these sports. So for them to make it that far, that's pretty big.
How about being like the media people, like from those countries where millions of people live and you got 1 or 2 athletes and you're going, look at the Canadian guy. That guy's got like 200 people he's got to deal with. I've got these Stan and Ann. Here we go. And it's like all we had to do was fit 2 people with our gear.
He's got to keep interviewing the same people for the stories
Come
for
up
the
with
website.
New questions.
By the way, the Finnish team has played a game, Vicki.
Oh, have they? Okay, great.
They're back. Well, they're kind of back from Norovirus. They got beat by the Americans 5-0. only 10 Finnish players, 8 skaters, and 2 goalies were available.
Oh, no.
That's like a beer league game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I think they took out a want ad somewhere. They're looking for a backup goalie.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
Suffocation, no breathing. Last resort, Papa Roach. That's what not breathing is, suffocation. Joe, 92.1 City.
I just have a hard time breathing because I'm out of shape.
Yeah, walking to get water and back.
Yep.
It can be exhausting sometimes, like for anybody.
Yeah, that's a set of stairs.
Yeah.
That's about 20 stairs. That's my exercise for the day now. Actually, I do have to mention, on Saturday, I ran into somebody and they said, "Man, Joe, I haven't seen you in years." And all that biking to work. You look like you've lost some weight. And I said, "Pardon me, I thought they were breaking my balls."
Yeah.
And they said, No, I heard you and Phil. I guess you were Vicky. And Phil was saying how great you look in your biking outfit and going to work. So they didn't realize we were joking.
Yeah.
So Tracy,
Sometimes.
it was just a joke.
Sarcasm sometimes, like, so every now and then, yes, I'll throw out there Joe cycles to work or cross-country skis
Sure.
is another one I've thrown out there. And I always assume the sarcasm is thick with Joe, and it's more about the visual of Joe. Anybody who knows Joe, the visual of him cross-country skiing to
Yes.
work, to me and to Vicki and anybody who knows him, is hilarious. Same with cycling with all that Tour de France gear on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just not a Joe thing.
Spandex isn't for everyone.
Keep spreading those rumors about him, though.
Yeah, you should have
Let's see
gone
how
with
far
it.
they go.
I'll tell you what, it was a good laugh for about 6 people when when she realized I really don't bike to work. I said, "Look at me. Do I look like somebody who cycles?"
Yeah, you got to start going with it, though.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Anyway,
Vicki, you have a cautionary tale involving
Well,
your vehicle over the weekend.
Had another issue yesterday, actually. Took my nephew to the Amazing Corn, the big snow maze.
Oh, nice.
Because
Yeah.
I thought, okay, it's decent weather today, although that wind was biting. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys set a personal record time-wise? I saw that.
22 minutes and 12 seconds.
that could be an Olympic medal time
I'm
right
waiting
there.
I'm waiting for it to come in, for it to be deemed an Olympic event, but maybe in 4 years. Okay, we've talked a lot about teenagers not wanting to wear a coat and that whole battle and everything.
Yeah.
My
It's
nephew's no
impossible.
different. But partway through our journey after the maze and everything, he was getting a little cold. He had brought a jacket and we kept it in the car. So I went to go get it, and I can't open my car door. My keys
Hold
aren't
on.
working.
You left him in the maze, left the maze to get the jacket, and then went back in the maze?
We had exited the
Oh,
maze.
okay.
We were on to the tubing and the
gonna say.
luging. Yeah. Speaking of Olympics. Anyways, can't get the door open. So I realized that my key fob, they got a battery in one of those ones where you have a push button start. Yeah. The battery's dead. We're out in, St. Adolphe,
Right.
far from home.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, so had to get Postman Paul to get a battery and drive it out to the corn maze, the snow maze.
Did he charge you for the delivery?
No.
Okay, that's good.
The Postman Paul, baby.
Never.
Postman Canada Post. He's not
Never.
charging.
There's no stamp on that battery.
So we put the new battery in, still not working. He's on the phone with CAA. And then my mom, she sends me something she Googled that I guess if you hold a dead fob to the start-stop button and push down on the brakes, you can still start it. So I was able to start it.
Through Google?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So thanks to her detective work, we got it started. It still wasn't recognizing the keys. I still couldn't lock and unlock it. Discovered later, I think I had put the battery in upside down. So
Vicki,
I know.
Vicki.
I know.
You know who feels more disappointed? Postman Paul that took the ride all the way out there thinking he was going to help you. And
Hey,
then
I still needed the battery.
I know,
So he still
but
did.
I'm telling you right now, that drive home for your dad, being a male, he was not happy that your mother helped out.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Questions coming in on the text line. First of all, lots about Vicki's fob issues on the weekend, but also people asking about Rock and Thunder, headlined by Motley Crue. Will you guys have more tickets to give away? Hell yeah, coming up in just a few minutes.
That's it, all week long.
Completely useless question. We're like 6-7 minutes away from your next chance to win Rock and Thunder tickets. So, Cole's notes, you got stranded. The fob let you down.
Yeah.
That happened to my dad, too. Like, after you told the story, Vicki, I remember a few years ago, he had to call me. It was like minus 38 out. He was in a parking lot with my mom. They had just been doing something, whatever, and the fob quit on him.
Well, I've had that happen, too, where sometimes it just gets too cold. It's not even that the battery's died.
Yes.
I've had to, like, put it between my legs and warm up my fob. That's going to be taken out of
context. Wait a minute. This is a family show. I don't know what you're doing with that fob to warm it up.
But
Wow.
it does work. It does work. Put it between your thighs.
Not very often I'm left speechless.
Wow.
But I had it happen where you were able to pull an emergency key out of the fob, and the problem was that was harder than actually trying to change the battery.
Well, that's just it, because it's a kind of a flimsy key, because I do have that.
Man.
People were asking about it, but I couldn't even open the door with that. Eventually, my dad got it open with some jostling, but that key does not work to start the car. There's no hole to start it. So.
That's ridiculous. In 2026, like, come on. We're in a cold weather climate. Your fob's going to let you down. Like, I get it. Technology, yay. But let's bring back the old keys.
Yeah.
Where the keys.
Keep it easy.
That battery never died.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, and then you'd have something to lose that was actually reasonably priced to get replaced.
Yeah, exactly.
How much was that fob? Sorry? $700. Wow.
They are expensive.
So expensive.
If you've ever lost one, I guarantee you're probably not paying under $300 or $400 to get it replaced.
I'm down a set in the house right now for my truck, and I'm going to search the world to find them before I go buy a new one, because I know it's not going to be cheap.
Puts a lot of pressure on the one fob you have.
If I lose, I'm in big trouble.
A lot of new vehicles, too, though, they'll offer you like a key card that you can add to your Apple Wallet, let's say, on your phone. So your phone will open and close your doors on your vehicle,
another
too.
app.
So
That's where we're headed in society. Eventually, it's all in your phone. Right?
Yeah,
In your
but
vehicle.
at least it's a backup, too,
It's
when
true.
the battery dies,
Could
right?
use that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Not cheap either if you used a snap key off when the locks froze. Oh, when
if you snap one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a sinking feeling. You break that key in there.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
And then you had to have the lock de-icer on you all the time. And we talked about that
What
last week.
happened
on
to the
show.
days when you could just slide a slider down or a coat hanger and get into somebody's vehicle? What happened to those days?
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
5 lifelines. Vicki, Phil, and of course the Boston Pizza text line. You have to be very specific with this answer today.
Okay.
This business gets almost 5 times the normal number of customers the day after the Super Bowl.
780 City, 780-2484. Good morning. You have a guess for us?
Morning.
Morning.
I use a lifeline.
Yeah, Philly, Vicky, or the text line.
Let's go with Phil.
Let's go with calling your bank, like whether you spent too much money on gambling.
No, not the bank. Not the bank.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Yep.
Why you can't add more to your gambling account.
That's right.
How about that line of credit you wanted me to use for RRSPs? Why can't I use it for the Super Bowl?
780 City, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you got a guess for us?
Is it the doctor's office?
Doctor's office. No, that's a great guess, though.
Get that doctor's note so you don't have to go into work. Yeah.
Yeah, or you ate too much and drank too much, maybe. And you're
Maybe an injury.
Yeah. Hi, City.
Hey, is it like an electronics store because you broke the TV from getting mad at the game?
That's number 2.
Oh, wow.
Very
Throw
good.
in that remote.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You ever had to do that, Phil?
I have broken a remote.
Okay.
Not
but
the
not
TV.
the TV.
Not the TV.
Okay.
Like the remote's an easier one. You just
Yeah.
you just chalk it and it misses the. You try to hit the couch with it because
Sure.
it's soft landing, and then you miss it and it hits the wall.
The
and-
batteries go flying. You have to hold it together with an elastic.
Some of us have never broken a remote because hitting the couch would be right next to where I'm sitting on the couch. So I shouldn't be able to miss it.
Very true. Hi, City.
Hey, good morning. Is it Starbucks?
Starbucks. No, not a coffee place. No.
780 City, 780-2484. Rock and Thunder tickets on the line this morning. Go ahead with your guess.
Could it be a pizza place?
No, not a pizza
Why don't
place.
you give us the question again?
This business gets almost 5 times the normal number of customers the day after the Super Bowl. So
Okay.
the electronics store guess was a good one.
Yeah.
Right? Doctor's office was a good one.
All right.
Because it's the aftermath we're talking about here.
The aftermath.
Okay. Good morning, City.
Hi, can I get Philly to help me?
You want me to help?
Yes.
Let's go with the gym. Maybe Super Bowl's that last day. You're gonna eat like crazy, and now all of a sudden it's time to get in shape.
Good answer, but no.
Sorry
Nope.
about that.
You want to burn off some of those calories from the Super Bowl
You see
party?
these top performing athletes, you think I better work out.
Yeah, you saw a lot of people that were doing the Super Bowl party thing at home that everybody was bringing a dish. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I had a lot of people doing that this year.
That's right. Yep. Good
Best
morning.
part of the party.
Is it cell phone repair?
That is number 3, my friend. Cell phones, because nowadays, because of the gambling and such, or highlights, or watching the game on your phone, that's become your TV,
Yep.
right? So,
And you
no,
coulda-
good guess.
Could have dropped it or spilled something on it at Super Bowl.
This kind of has to do with the food you've had the day before. Okay, there's your clue.
I think I know, but I don't know if I
Okay,
know.
Vicky thinks she knows.
But doesn't think she knows.
Well, it's this when you said specificity, that kind of throws me off.
I've
but-
never used that word. I can tell you that. There was too many eyes in that in there. I wouldn't even use that word on Wheel of Fortune. It would have cost me a fortune. I'll take an eye. Wow.
Hi, City.
Hi, I'll go with Vicki.
Okay, is it plumbers?
No.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
plumbers.
Damn.
Like your buddy plugged your toilet after.
Yeah, no.
Because you always hear
I
the
know a few
stories.
that could do that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
No, that's a
You
reasonable
always hear
answer.
the stories about how.
Oh, sorry. So a shout out? Sorry, Vicky.
Yeah.
It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Hey.
What's your name?
Nikki.
One more time.
My name's Nikki.
Nikki.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
All right, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki.
Okay, well,
Have the best day.
Thank you. Have a good day, you guys.
You too.
Bye.
too bad she couldn't win.
I know. I
Would've been
really
nice.
screwed her. I had false confidence, but I always hear those stories about like at halftime or whatever you can notice like the amount of toilet flushes
Yeah.
goes up and everything. So I thought maybe that might be it.
So think about food
Okay.
because it has to do with food and maybe alcohol maybe gets involved. This would be a place. This wouldn't be like calling in somebody. You would be going somewhere.
Going there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? You're
780
not going to a
City.
cell phone repair store. You're not going to an electronics store, but you're definitely going here.
780 City, good morning.
Morning. How about like merchandise retailers, like
No.
the guys that win the Super Bowl?
That's a great answer. Actually, great answer, but no. No.
Okay.
How many lifelines have we used?
Three.
Three. Okay.
Yeah. For Rock and Thunder tickets, headlined by Motley Crue. Good morning.
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 You going out for dinner?
No, nothing to do with restaurants the next day.
Joe has said this has to do with the food, possibly alcohol.
Yeah, just more about recovery.
Hello.
Crazy Craig in the house.
Okay, Crazy Craig, we know you know movies, but do you know the answer to the question?
Probably. Antacid?
Yeah. Yeah, going to the pharmacy. You got to get the
Heck yeah.
antacids, the medication, whatever it
Sure.
takes. Phil, that's almost every second day for you. Go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
pharmacy. You got
Yeah.
questions.
I like talking to the pharmacist. He's a knowledgeable dude. Very nice.
Sure.
I think he rolls his eyes when I walk in sometimes.
You
Hides
get all
under the
that
counter.
education.
Yeah, Crazy Craig for the win today. The pharmacist is your best friend the day after the Super Bowl because of those antacids, the medication,
Get that Pepto.
and nowadays probably picking up some supplies that you needed after the party because
Sure.
most of them carry everything, right?
Well, they got it, yeah. Crazy Craig, you're going to Rock and Thunder, man. Congratulations.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Just looking at some stuff for completely useless trivia because we have Rock and Thunder tickets to give away all week. And I found this little tidbit, but the numbers just don't jibe, so I can't use this for a question. But it said here nearly 45% of people that took this survey said that every night they sleep with a stuffed animal. And these are adults.
Oh, there's no kids in the mix of this?
No. So
Weird.
I know I don't, but that doesn't mean others don't. So you'd make up 50% each. Do you guys?
I got a giant polar bear that I sleep. No, I don't. I don't have a stuffed animal in bed. Neither.
I know
neither
some
does
people
my wife.
that would have them on their bed, let's say, right?
Right.
But do they just maybe not take them off? So that is considered. How about you, Vicki?
No. Maybe they're counting like the dog's toy that they bring into bed or something.
That's a stuffed animal.
That's the only thing I could think of because 45% is a big number.
That's a
for
high number
adults?
for adults to have stuffed animals. What about dolls? That's different. Dolls
are different.
Those are like collector's items.
Why, you have
right?
dolls?
Like dolls? I got dolls.
Yeah, he's got so many dolls, but
Those
never
scary,
a stuffed animal.
Those scary Dutch dolls that come out like, in the different shapes, like, and you stack them up.
Oh, those are Russian, stacking dolls.
Is that what they're called? Russian
I
stacking
can't remember
dolls.
what they're
You
called.
can't sleep with those. You'll injure yourself.
Nesting dolls.
There are places, those things, crevices, you don't want those in bed with you. Oh, my God.
Pillows. Obviously, people are putting pillows in.
Pillows are nice.
Yeah.
Somebody said, no, we're not going there with dolls. Stuffed animals.
Oh, 41-year-old male. I still have my stuffy bear from when I was 2. See,
That's cool.
This is one of those things. It seems like, wow, I don't think so. But then you go to the text line. Let's take.
Maybe people just don't talk about it.
Could be. And you're anonymous here. We won't say your name. You want to tell us? Are you an adult? And do you sleep with a stuffed animal?
My girlfriend has a stuffed piece of bread with my face on it.
Whoa. Okay, I kind of need a picture of that, I think.
Let us know. Do you sleep with a stuffed animal? 762-555.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast. Here's what we learned today with Philly Joe and Vicki.
By the way, we'll announce our winner with the phobia question in a few minutes.
Okay.
Towards just after 9:30. What we learned today. Vicki was left stranded by a malfunctioning fob on her vehicle. Sounds like it was a battery that was dead.
The battery died. I got to keep a spare one in my purse. I'm not going to let that happen again.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean.
Or the extra fob.
Yeah, but that's a little much.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interfere. The battery.
Then you have to have batteries going in 2 of them, and they could die at the same time.
Well,
I think the extra batteries.
All right. I don't want to let you in on a little secret, but most people have 2 fobs that are both operational. No, they're operational. There's a battery in the other fob already.
Listen, don't tell me how to live my life.
No,
right?
I'm certainly not getting in the way of your fob. You know me.
So Postman Paul and your mom got involved and saved the day, and everything worked out okay. Stuffed animals in bed. What was that percentage, Joe, that you couldn't believe it, and neither could Vicki and I?
No, it said like 45% of people still have or sleep with a stuffed animal. And we found it to be like on our little survey, 2% you said, Vicki?
If that, yeah. There's barely anybody. And some people say, like, I have a childhood stuffed animal, but it's not in my bed with me, which is a little more understandable.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to pass it down to your kids or something.
So the city listener totally disagrees with those numbers.
But we did have a lot of people that had the heritage stuffies that they've kept from their childhood. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely. A bunch of cameos in the Super Bowl halftime show. Vicki laid that out for us in Scrollin much earlier this morning. You called them Easter eggs?
Yeah, well, just like things you probably wouldn't have noticed unless they were pointed out. We had Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba, and Cardi B were in there. Those trees that lined the border of the set, those were actually people inside those costumes. And a couple got married, legally married, and he signed their marriage certificate.
There was a lot going on.
So much
going
on.
There was a lot going on in that Super Bowl halftime performance. And finally, this from the completely useless question. Drugstores get 5 times more business the day after the Super Bowl.
Yep. Antacids, medication, maybe some items you need to pick up.
Pedialyte.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're dehydrated because you're
a little hungover.
Lit the night before.
Too many nachos.
It's a big party night. And people have talked about making the next day like a stat holiday.
Next year, we've got the Monday off. Falls on the long weekend for the Super Bowl.
It's Valentine's Day next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you got
everybody's favorite day of the year.
That's
Super
right.
Bowl and Valentine's together. Yeah.
That's what we learned today.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
For more Philly Joe and Vicki, lock it into 92.1 City, weekday morning 6 to 10.